Hi, welcome to the weekly wrap-up for the week of August 28, 2011. My goal here is to simply take what the hot topics have been for the last week and just give them to you here real quickly in this video. And more details and more farther discussion will happen on our weekly podcast that we do on Saturday nights. So this is just kind of like a freebie, a little preview, if you will. We'll go ahead and start this out with Asus' new line of Ultrabooks that called the UX series, being priced from $799 to $2,000. We'll see how these pan out because these Ultrabooks are really something to look forward to. Next on the list, I got a group messaging app called Chat On, being released by Samsung. It's supposed to work cross-platform, PC, iOS, Android, and BlackBerry. It was released this year at IFA, so we'll see what happens with that. Next on the list, I got Android for your touchpad, being released by the guys over at Cyanogen. Now, this is only running an alpha build of Gingerbread. Their goal is to hopefully put Honeycomb on there or something down the line. But definitely cool if you're one of those few that got to buy that $99 touchpad. Next on the list, what we thought was going to be called the Nexus Prime is actually going to be called the Samsung Droid Prime and will be a Verizon Wireless exclusive. We were unsure what the next Nexus phone was going to be. We do know that this will probably, well, we don't know anything for sure, but we think that it's going to be shipping with ice cream sandwich. So definitely something to look forward to, a little more clarification there. This Sunday, if you're in the mood for a $100 3D phone, definitely check out the LG 304G coming out from AT&T. And like I said, at $100, it's pretty crazy. We live in a time where you could buy a 3D phone for $99. iTunes will possibly be doing a streaming service with their iCloud. We were pretty sure that iCloud was going to be a download service only, but it looks like you're able to preview your tracks, or at least, when you go on iTunes now, you can click on a track and it'll preview it for you, and podcasts will play in their entirety. So this is kind of similar, this is what was being demonstrated in this video. Next on the list, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile will join an adventure to support NFC, specifically a company called Asus, and basically they're trying to go against Google Wallet and other mobile payment systems that use NFC. The HTC Running Mead, which was a rumored phone, we got some rumored specs here. 4.7-inch display, 480 by 800 resolution. Will be possibly boxed with a Beats by Dr. Dre set of headphones. Running HTC Sense 3.5, and Android Gingerbread has a 1.5 gigahertz single-core processor. So it's not, very impressive in terms of specs, but definitely something to keep your eye on if you were interested in the HTC Running Mead. Next on the list, I got the AT&T. Now, we originally thought that this tablet was going to be called the HTC Puccini. This will be released on the 4th as the HTC Jetstream at a price of $700. So quite a pricey tablet, but a well-featured tablet. Next on the list, Facebook may be releasing a music service at their conference called F8 on September 22nd, so we'll keep our eyes on that. It's possible they may be doing some type of Spotify partnership. Those interested in getting Gmail offline can download an app called Offline Google Mail through the Chrome Web App Store. It does simply what it says. Next on the list, Sprint is changing their ETF, their early termination fees, from $200 to $350 starting on the 9th. So don't cancel your plan if you're on Sprint. They'll tag you. You may know that the DOJ was suing against the AT&T and T-Mobile merger. Deutsche Telekom is here to say that they will support AT&T in the fight. Not quite sure how well it's going to go for them. Next on the list, Samsung Galaxy Note, which is a device that is slightly larger than a jumbo phone, being a 5.3-inch Super AMOLED screen, but is smaller than a tablet. One thing here that I like to point out is that it is a 285 pixel per inch density, making it a very nice screen, to say the least. Next on the list, the IdeaPad A1 from Lenovo is a $200 Android tablet. So if you didn't snag up one of those $99 touchpads, here's an option for you. It starts at $199, like I said, but the cool thing here is that that's actually $50 less than the Nook color, and you can just download the Nook app onto this. So if you want to read books on this, there's definitely not a reason why you wouldn't be able to do that for $200. Next up, I got another Ultrabook here for you from Lenovo, releasing their U series, specifically the U300S, which will be priced at $1195, but it's smaller than the Air, faster than the Air, only it just won't run OS X. So if you're a Mac user, that's a biggie. But if you're a PC user and we're thinking about crossing over to the Mac side, you might want to hold off. That this could be an option for you here. And next, I got another Ultrabook here for you. Toshiba Portagee, the Z830. Now, their Portagee line's been known for being feather light and thin, but this is a revamp, and it definitely complies with Intel's Ultrabook standards. The Z830 will be priced under $1,000 and will release sometime in November. You may have heard that Starz will be leaving Netflix, which will decrease their movie bin by, over 2,000 titles. Been looking for a reason to leave Netflix? There you go. Next on the list, Acer officially unveils the Aspire S3 Ultrabook. So a lot of Ultrabook news this week, just because it came out of that conference called IFA. It is 0.51 inches thick, making it the thinnest out of the other Ultrabooks that I talked about earlier. So keep your eye on that. And all these things that I'm mentioning, we will go over in more detail during the podcast. Next up, Samsung says, nope, we don't want WebOS. We're interested in Bada, and that's pretty much it. They also confirmed that they don't want to buy HP's PC division. So this pretty much confirms that Samsung doesn't want to have anything to do with HP. We got a rumor here for you. The Nook Color 2 is expected to launch before the Amazon tablet, and it'll be interesting to see if they keep that same price point, if they carry that same price point over $250 and maybe lower the price of the original Nook Color. And to round it all off, I have one more rumor here for you with the Amazon Kindle. We all thought that Amazon was working on a tablet. Well, it turns out maybe they were just working on a Kindle-ish tablet. MG Siegler from TechCrunch got a chance to play with one, so he says, saying that's going to be $250, pretty much going to be competing directly with the Nook Color. So there's your news for the week of August 28th, 2011, and tune into the podcast tomorrow with Marissa Reese, Chris Weaver, and myself, and we'll go into much detail about fewer topics. But definitely a something to tune into, live.allgeek.tv. You can find us on Twitter at allgeekmedia. You can find me personally at Lenhart James. And see you here next week on the weekly wrap-up.